I thought I would just go over the day pack that I have, and well, it's my day pack and my get home bag that I keep in my truck. I work about 100 kilometers away from my house at times, and in between my house and the furthest reaches of the claim there are 3 large rivers and a bunch of other river crossings, so it could take me a couple of days plus to get home sometimes, so I like to keep this in my truck. Anyway, we'll get right into it. First thing, I keep a Leatherman Crunch in here just for the pliers, really. And I already have some blades and stuff, so the only thing I'm interested in is the pliers, and the Leatherman Crunch seems to have the best pair of pliers. So there's that. Oh, and I keep a couple of needles in here. There's a sail needle in there just in case. In this pouch I keep the fish mouth spreader and the fork and spoon that came with the bag. For my tarp, for my shelter, I just have a SOL emergency blanket. This one has it's the one that has, it's a heavy duty one that has some grommets. It's not, they aren't real durable. I've tried them. If you start cinching on these too much and pulling too tight, they will rip out, but this would get me by for a couple of days. So there's that. Also on the bag I put these little I think they're tinder, they're called tinder, quick zip tinders or something. There's a flammable core inside of the rope here. Alright, get in, keep the lid for the nesting cup, keep a little bit of powdered orange drink to put in water. When you put iodine or water purification tabs in the water, it gives it a bit of a bitter taste, so I like to pour some of this in there. It makes it taste not as bad. For a knife, keep a bushcraft, more a bushcrafter, and the clips, belt clips for it. I like this one because even if you don't have a belt, you can just clip this onto the top of your pants and it will stay on there. Mosquitoes. Pathfinder bottle came with the bag. Haven't used that too much, but keep a little bit of cooking fluid stuff, and get the nesting cup, and a little stove thing to put the nesting cup on. So that's that for inside there. I also bought this whistle. It's got a little compass on it and whistle for the signaling device. It also has a thermometer on the back of it for some reason, I don't know. I guess so when you're sitting under your tarp in the middle of the night freezing to death, you can say, oh yeah, it's only 0 degrees, that's why I'm freezing. Anyway, okay. Oh, I have checked the compass against my real compass, my Suunto, and it is accurate, so that's good. Right in the rain pencil tied to it on the outside, a little pen flashlight, a Bic lighter in the Exotac case, and these are the little fire puck thingies that come with the bag. And I don't know, I've used a couple of them already, but these things are pretty easy to make. I topped it back up. This is one that I made. It's a little more waxy kind of thing. And then there's and I keep it in the bag just so that there are some sort of petroleum product in these things. They do smell a bit, so that keeps it from getting on everything else. And then have the striker and small magnifying lens for fire starting, just in case. Another lighter, Cricut, needle on the back, and I keep this rubber band wrapped around so that little fuel thing can't get accidentally depressed and leak out all the fuel. So, and just a book of regular Redbird matches. Here we have some food, a couple of Cliff Bars. I eat these things all the time, so I rotate through these couple fairly regularly. Got a 2-person survival blanket, unopened. I also have a cheap rain poncho. These things are okay if you're not moving. So if at night, if it's raining or something, you just put one of these over yourself and you just sit there and not move, they're fine. But as soon as you start moving, they just shred apart when bushes catch on them and stuff like that. So, but yeah, a couple of tea bags for the water and some water purification tablets in a bag with the instructions. On this side, I have backup knife. That's a Swiss Army one-handed trekker. Put a little lanyard on there. Nothing special about this thing. Oh, I did put these. I've got these little Firefly striker thing in there. That's about the only thing I've changed on this knife. And these things seem to work okay. A little bit of a gimmick, but yeah. Hand sanitizer. Gotta have that. Little headlamp. These are the little hand towels. You wet them and they puff up. And then a couple of first aid things. I just have one compression bandage, some band-aids, and a couple of little towel things to just clean any small cuts or wounds. Major. Some aspirin, Advil, and Tylenol. All in here. And some spare batteries for my headlamp. Small sharpening rod. And in this pouch, I keep some zip ties. They're light, they don't weigh much, and it's easier than trying to tie a bunch of knots and do a bunch of lashing and stuff like that if you know you're setting up a thing. So those, some duct tape, and some bank line. Now this cordage, it's not the 550, it's slightly smaller. It's 275 pounds, but I'm not doing anything super heavy duty or don't plan on it with this particular kit, so it can carry more line and it's strong enough. So that's that. Okay, that's everything. It's in this bag. Any suggestions on things I might want to add or I might need? Let me know.